Um, so now I can speak.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello everyone. First off, I want to start by introducing myself. My name's Alan. I'm thankful to be here, and I'm thankful to be part of the sangha and get to know everyone. And I am feeling a little nervous, because I I never imagined being here at this point in my life. E- Even at that, it's a little emotional because and I'll begin by sharing the practice and what I learned from it. And I'll begin here. I was sentenced to 85 years of life, and and honestly, like even I was arrested on July 26, 1998, and I was released a week ago on April 20th, 2023. And for a long time, like I didn't see anything wrong with my life. I didn't see anything wrong with the way I was living it. I was egotistic. I was a criminal, and I didn't care about anyone else but myself. I was selfish. My actions resulted in the death of a young 16-year-old boy, and to this day, like it brings shame to me because I understand that by me being here, it's another person had experienced a great injustice done to him, and throughout my life, like I had to analyze it and righteously sit with myself to understand what I had done. So it's a little different talking about your life, And but watch, here I go. All I ever did was take. When I began practicing the Buddhism, like I started learning the way I carried myself was wrong. The way I thought, the way I understood things, the way I spoke, my actions, my livelihood, my effort, my mindfulness, my concentration. All those were distorted. For years, I continued on this path. I continued to invest in something that was an illusion. The illusion of being a gang member, of being a criminal, of victimizing other people. I remember one time when I got to the reception center in 2001. I walked into this building in Tehachapi, and I remember my jaw, like it wouldn't stop shaking. I was really nervous and I was scared. And I remember turning to another person there with me, and he started kind of laughing, and I was young, I was a boy, and he tells me like, "Hey, look, this guy's he's scared." And from that moment on, like I understood something. I couldn't be scared. I would do anything to get through the day, even though I felt hopeless. I felt hopeless because with a sentence like that, I believed I would go home, but I didn't see it. So from that day on, I promised myself I would do anything just to live. And from that day on, I did do that. I did anything that I could just to make it through the day. And and for me, like it involved myself in criminal activities and any type of thing. So from that day on, like I kept doing the same thing over and over. And there was another pivotal moment in my life there in 2005. I remember going to committee, and one of my counselors told me, I asked him, could I ever go home? And he looked at my sentence and he said, probably not. You either go home in a box, or you just die of old age. And from that day on, like I'll never forget it. It really traumatized me in a way that I didn't really care about anyone else because I thought no one cared about me. And yes, I had my family, my loved ones that were supportive, but at the same time, I didn't tell them what I was feeling. I didn't tell them the way um, the way I was living, the burden I had over my shoulders, any of that. Like all I did was keep it to myself, and I drowned myself with alcohol and drugs. And and it wasn't until like I kept like educating myself, moving forward, and concentrating on something positive that I saw that I could change. And in 2013, like something happened to me that really changed my outlook. I was involved in an altercation that for me, like, I almost died. I got into an incident with someone, and I remember like lying on the floor with in a puddle of blood, and thinking to myself, like, is this where I'm gonna die? But but, but as I got through it, as my family came to see me, and as I seen the pain and the look in their eyes, like, I understood that I wasn't just harming myself, I was harming other people. So the livelihood that I was living was wrong. In 2015, I decided to righteously sit down and begin to reach out for something better. I started seeing other individuals that were happy, that had a purpose, even though they were in prison, doing life sentences, doing like terms that you would ever imagine. When I started seeing that other people were happy, I started to believe that I could be happy too. But one of the things that I noticed about them is they were doing something different. They were educating themselves, they were going to school, they were helping others. And that gave them that sense of purpose and that peace. And for me, like, that's all I ever wanted. I wanted peace, because within myself, I was scared and I was lonely, and at times I was depressed. So once I started like looking outside of myself, I started seeing like I started seeing everything for what it was. I started seeing the that I started seeing not just that my atmosphere around me, but also like that I could do much more than just contribute to that atmosphere. So once I started like not only helping myself, I started helping others, and that brought me joy. So by the time now this fast forward this, and I ended up going to Wasco State Prison. In Wasco State Prison, I met one of my friends, Nut, and I remember getting there, and I remember him walking around everywhere, right? And we hit it off pretty good because I guess we had the same energy. He was always smiling, he was always happy, and he invited me to go to the sangha to service. And for a long time, like, I read about it, and I tried to understand it, but it didn't make sense to me. So finally, when I went with them, like, we sat, and he showed me he showed me a different way of thinking and of analyzing things, and that's what really helped me on my journey. Today, I shared with Nancy that the practice has been like glue for me, because it really made me understand that everything else, what I was doing, I was missing something. I was missing the insight, the my understanding, my actions, all of those things. So for me, it really helped me on my path. It helped me become a better person. It helped me deal with my emotions, and also at the same time be accountable for my actions. Last week, I was given an opportunity to come home. Today, I sit here in front of you, and with such a joy that could only be possible because of the way I decided to change my life. I always share with people, like, they always ask me, like, what is Buddhism? And I always share this. Buddhism is just, if if I never saw nothing wrong with my life, I would continue to do the same thing. But once I started seeing that the same result was happening, I started noticing that I wanted something different. Getting in trouble, hurting others, doing the same thing over and over was not helping me or helping the next man. So for me, once I understood that I wanted something more, it righteously opened my world and my life. Today I smile all the time. Everyone tells me, like, why are you always so happy? I'm happy because the practice brought me peace. It not just brought me peace, it brought me a sense of joy and happiness. Today I walk to the store and I'm able to look at anything, at even something on the floor and be like, you know what? That was meant for me to see at this moment, because the effort that I put in, the change, the compassion, the understanding, all those things resulted in me being able to sit here today. I'm so blessed and I'm so lucky to be able to breathe again. Like, I think of it when that counselor told me like that the only way I would go home would be in a body bag. And today, like, I look outside and I hear the birds. I go outside and I take a deep breath and I look at the stars, and it brings me such joy. And for me, like, giving back to my community, to my loved ones, to everyone, is my purpose now. I'm just so fortunate to understand this and to be able to do much more, because I know that today, just like somebody else gave me the example that I too could change and be here with all you, like, that's what, for me, giving back is that. So someone else could be encouraged to know that they too can be here where I am, because other people led the way. And the sangha has been so special to me, because in my worstest times, I could go and I could be accepted by the people that were always there for me and open for me. And one of the things that I really enjoy is the circumstances, the outside. Like, everything could be such gray and dull and ugly, but with the practice and with me putting in the effort and my actions and my understanding and my concentration, I'm able to see the beauty in everything, because I can't control anything outside of myself. But today I choose to react, to love, to react in a way that's positive, not just for myself but for others. I choose to show compassion to other people just like it was shown to me. I choose to show patience to others just like it's shown to me. So for me, like, the way I live my life today, it's so beautiful, and I feel truly grateful to be given that opportunity to share my story with everyone, because I only hope that my story, or and my journey, can just help someone else. Um, Thank you.